On November 3rd,
Mere Frost like common strategies is kings. Let's get it. Let's go.
2018, the Smith family in Baltimore, Maryland, were having a night out. Valeria Smith was with her father, Keith, and her stepmother, Jacquelyn, belatedly celebrating her 28th birthday. At the American Legion Hall, they ate, drank, danced, and took photos. When the family exited the Legion at just before midnight, no one would have predicted that the night was about to turn deadly. A few blocks from Valeria's home, Keith slowed the car to a stop and rolled down the passenger window. Jacquelyn wished to offer money to a new mother who was out on the street, carrying a small bundle in her arms, as well as a sign that read, "Please help me feed my baby." As Keith would later tragically recount, stopping to help the woman in need would prove to be Jacquelyn Smith's fatal mistake. Both he and his daughter had a message for the city of Baltimore. Be careful who you trust, because things are not always as they seem. Baltimore, the largest city in Maryland, is a historic, cultural, and economic hub on the United States East Coast. Founded in 1729, Baltimore is renowned for its bustling seaport, which played a strategic role in the War of 1812. The city is home to Fort McHenry National Monument, the inspiration behind the U.S. national anthem. But today's case takes us through a roller coaster of fabrications and deception. It is a story of a city's reputation being exploited. All the while its officials were conducting a clever and in-depth investigation that would eventually uncover the truth. 52-year-old Keith Smith placed a frantic 911 call from his vehicle at 12:30 a.m. on December 1, 2018. His wife Jacquelyn had been the victim of a stabbing. She was in the passenger seat next to him and needed immediate assistance. His daughter Valeria was in the back seat of the car. She was also a witness to the unexpected, horrific attack on her stepmother. The operator directed Keith to Johns Hopkins Hospital. Despite valiant medical efforts, Jacquelyn Smith succumbed to her injuries. She had sustained 5 stab wounds to her torso and a single cut to her lower right arm. She was pronounced dead before 1 a.m. that night, the victim of an unsolicited attack by 2 panhandlers who had taken what they could from her and then run off.
It just felt moved to give her something. So at the stop sign, she waved her over to come on over to the car, and then out of nowhere some guy came over while walking with her. And I hit my window, and Jacquelyn went to hand the money out, and the guy just leaned over, said, "Can I thank your wife?" And so you can thank my wife, and within that split second, this guy commits to stabbing my wife. Blood was everywhere. It was something that, it was horrific for something like that to happen. But I'm right now just absorbing all of it.
Jacquelyn Annette Smith was born at Jacquelyn at Trevane in Providence, Rhode Island, on the 4th of July, 1964. According to her mother, she was a joyful child who grew into a loving and ceaselessly caring adult. At an early age, Jacquelyn developed a love of music and of poetry.
That's what we did. We enjoyed music. We listened to music. And so when I'm in my car and I'm listening to music now, I shed a tear.
At the age of 54, Jacquelyn had raised 2 adult sons, one in college and the second a graduate who had joined the U.S. Coast Guard. Professionally, she had been very successful, holding a role as an electrical engineer and working for the Department of Defense in Maryland. In 2014, she had married Keith Smith. The couple were active in their church. Jacquelyn was known as a woman of faith. She was also known to have a very generous nature.
Jackie was an awesome, awesome woman, and it's really, really sad, and it's heartbreaking the way that she was taken from us.
The day following Jacquelyn's murder, her husband and stepdaughter courageously stepped out in front of the media to offer a warning to their neighbors. Do not blindly trust in the authenticity of those that appear desperate and in need of your help. They could be dangerous. Some of those on the street are not who they appear to be. This sentiment was also offered by law enforcement, who issued a warning to the residents of Baltimore to be cautious.
I just want this to let Baltimore know to be careful when you feel like you want to give, because you don't know what the intentions are of the person that you're giving to.
It makes me look at this whole world.
So yeah, y'all, this concludes my video. As you guys can see, the mother's life, Jacquelyn, her life was taken. What I want to say at the end of my conclusion is pray to God, ask God to give you guidance, ask God to lead you, and ask God for clarity so you know. Now, it's good to give money to the homeless, but you have to be aware that Satan comes like a roaring lion seeking whom he may devour. So, yeah, y'all, like, comment, subscribe. I may continue a little bit more.
Differently, man. You know, it makes me look at everything and everyone. Nothing is ever what it seems. And you just have to protect your family out here.
He's in this ruse. There's panhandlers.
But yeah, like, comment, subscribe. Jesus King, peace.